Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, or if you're not, my name's Natalie. And normally I don't sound like this, and I'm using a mic today specifically because I can't go very high in octaves or as loud as I normally would like to. Obviously I can't speak much to you guys currently, so I decided that I'll just do a future voiceover for the rest of the clips today, and I'm so sorry that I can't talk much today. That's it from me for now. Just know that the reason why I'm not talking in the clips is because I'm sick. Hopefully I get better, because this sounds real bad. But yeah, I will see you guys in a few minutes. As future me. Oh my god. Okay, bye.
Hey guys, obviously I look very different. My hair is an entirely different color. I mean, the last several weeks have been kind of hectic. I've had a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things I was going through in terms of graduation and stuff like that. I actually have like 3 videos out right now that I posted back to back to show you what you've been missing. But yeah, if you want, go check those out. They'll be up there in the info card. Anyway, I used to have really short hair where one side of my head was basically like I had little to no hair on one side, and then I had very top heavy. And my hair was like only ever to here, and I had really short hair, but I've been growing my hair out. And as I've been growing my hair out, I've been wanting to learn different hairstyles and growing into my hairstyles a little bit, and therefore this series. I decided to make a little bit of a tutorial video of me growing into my hairstyles because I have gotten pretty good at it. I've learned quite a few different hairstyles that I've gotten lots of compliments on, so I decided I would do this little tutorial video for you to watch the different hairstyles that I do. And so without further ado, because you have been waiting for this for a little while, because obviously my hair is blue in this video, let's get into it. So obviously we're doing a tutorial video today of different hairstyles, so this is the first look. This one's very simple. I do this one a lot, especially when I go to school and I don't want to have hair in my face, especially if you're someone who's like me and you get a little bit uncomfortable when things are like touching your face too often. But essentially what I'm doing is getting a comb or a brush of whatever sort that you use to pull back and slick back my hair into a half up, half down. And I usually go from like the tops of my ears all the way around, so that then I get most of the hair that's like actually like closer to my face. And then I tie this with a hair tie. You don't have to tie with this with a hair tie. Sometimes I just twist my hair and then clip it, depending on how messy I want it to look. If I want it to look more sleek, then I would tie it with a hair tie, but there are times where I've just twisted it and then clipped it. And then from there, I pull the hair up over my head and clip the back with a clip, or secure it with a clip. By the way, all of the hair clips that I used in this video I bought on TikTok Shop. They're actually really adorable. I use them all of the time now since I've gotten them, and if you want to check those out, you can check them out on my TikTok Shop. As you can see, it's very simple. You can pull out little hairs in the front just to like avoid having an egg-shaped forehead, which in this case I kind of look like I do. I'm not going to lie. This is the second look, so you're going to start out by splitting your hair perfectly in half and then French braiding all the way down the back. If you don't know how to French braid, I can also do a tutorial on that separately, maybe on a YouTube short, or do that on TikTok. Also, like, if you're not making ugly faces while you braid your hair or while you're doing your hair just to see what you're doing, you're not doing it right. Okay, I'm just saying. Also, if you watch me for the rest of this video, I am making very ugly faces. It's just the way that I am. And I can't see. I like tilt my face like this. It's just the way I be. But yeah, you're going to French braid all the way down until approximately the same spot as in the last tutorial. So like right above your ear. And then you're going to braid the rest of the hair just regularly straight down with just the hair that you have without adding extra hair. And then from there you're going to tie it off. I do this just to make sure that in the actual hairstyle there's still enough French braid that it will be even to the other side, and also like you could see it like hide into, like go into the clipped hair. And then basically what I'm going to do is copy that exactly on the other side. And again, I look awful. It's just, it's part of the process, okay? Don't judge me. Okay, now I French braid both sides straight down, and there should be a little extra on both ends, like I said before. And then I'm going to use a different hair tie to tie off the part that like where they meet in the back of my head, perfectly in the middle. And then from there, take out the other two hair ties that you originally had for the braids, release the braids so it's just your hair, and then you're gonna invert the rest of the hair into your head. So like go through the hole in between the two braids, and then use a clip to clip in so that then it has more volume. The purpose of using clips like this is just to create volume and texture. I do think that like an important thing about hairstyles is creating texture. Not a lot of people do it, and that's a reason why braids look so good, why using a clip looks so good. It just adds texture. This next hairstyle I have gotten the most compliments on. This is my signature messy bun. It is a little bit hard to do because people say like messy buns are actually like not messy, they're like very meticulous, which is kind of true, but it does look different every time I do it. So in my opinion, it is messy because it is different every time. It's unique every time, and I like it every time. But this is my go-to like updo hairstyle nowadays. So essentially what I'm doing is pulling all my hair back into a ponytail at the height that I would like it at. Obviously, like you can make it higher with a clip, which I'll show you later, but I just pull out a whole bunch of hair in the front that'll curl later and add texture to the bun later as well. But I like to pull out little framing pieces in the front, and I like to pull out extra just so I can clip some in the back to add more texture later. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm tying up my hair with a hair tie, but I'm pulling on the last pull through halfway and then fluffing it out to make it like messy, and it looks like a messy half donut. And you can like pull out extra hairs too, which I also do on occasion. And then I'm pulling out extra hair, like I'm fluffing out the ends of the hair after I've only pulled through half, fluffing out the extra hair in the front so then it adds more texture. And then curling it, I usually curl the front facing pieces, like the pieces that are towards like I usually curl those pieces outward, like away from my face, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I lost the words there for a second. But I curl those pieces outward. And then the pieces on the top of my head, though, I usually curl those back and forth. I like curl away, curl in, curl away, curl in, curl away, curl in as I go across, because then it adds more texture. Because the main goal of like those top pieces is to add texture, but I like to curl it so it looks like a little bit more elegant instead of like just like a peacock. But by curling it, I can like manipulate it a little bit too while it's warm and like move it towards the top to cover up the slickness of the top part, just to add like more texture. The main goal here is to add texture. That's just what I'm saying. But you can like pull out pieces from the bun to curl as well. Like you can do lots of stuff. I don't worry too much about the back. The back's not my problem. And then after that, after I curl them to my liking, I get some bobby pins, right? Because this looks cute as it is, but I grab bobby pins to like pull the front pieces that I don't want in the front towards the back to have a little curl sticking out, and then use a bobby pin to stick that there, so then it adds more texture in the places that I want it to, plus it adds like a little more texture towards the front as well by adding a little swoop. And then I keep the pieces that I want in the front in the front. And this is just like really just your preference. You can add or take away whatever you would like, but I like to just go based on how I feel on specific days. If I want more messy, then I add more little strands. If I want less messy, I add less. And then I add a clip in the back per usual for a little more oomph. Okay, like it helps push up the bun so then you can see it more too, so you look less like a random egg with little frills on the top of your head, especially look, there are obviously two different versions, one with a clip and one without. I'm going to show you the one without first because obviously the second one, I'm literally just adding a clip. But what I'm doing here is I'm just braiding from around my ear area down. And for me, this looks nice because I like my hair pieces to like sort of like frame my face and swoop over my hair like this, like you can see on my head right now. And by braiding this way, by braiding the outside piece over and under the way that you would normally braid, but like the outside piece is this one on the top, it allows it to have the same texture as when my hair is down, but also in a braid. And then the part that makes this braid special is that I'm pulling out little hairs at every little stop, or like every little braid section, and pulling them out to add more texture and pulling out hairs in the front. And from there, after I pulled out select pieces that I wanted, I curl them. And I curl them away from the braid. So if it's on the outside part of the braid away from my face, like all the way over here, then I curl it that same way away. And then if it's closer to my face, I curl it towards my face. Just so it like fits and matches the shape of the actual braid itself. Yeah, sorry, I was listening to the new Sailor album and vibing really hard. Yeah. But yeah, this is just the same thing as before, just adding lots of curls, like adding texture. And there you go. You can also add a clip, which I did here, just to add a little more texture, also add a little bit more class to it. I did do this look before, and it's in one of my Instagram posts where I added extensions to my hair and I did it, and I also really loved that too, so it looks good on both short and longer hair. There I go again. Let her vibe, okay? Let her do her thing. Oh yeah. Let her do her. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah. This is the final hairstyle. This one I kind of just threw together last minute since I still have like some pieces curled, because you know, like sometimes in the morning when you wake up you just have like some pieces still curled from the night before. I literally just, you know how some people say like, oh, I wish I could just like, my hair could just look the same way that it looks when I just like hold it up. Yeah, I did that. I just held it up and clipped it. That's all I did. I held it up in a way that I liked, clipped it, and there you go. That's the final look. Okay guys, that's it for the hair tutorial video. Thank you so much for watching. As per usual, please comment down below anything that you thought about the hairstyles or any hairstyles you'd like to see me show you. I also have a few other ones that I did not depict in this video. I can definitely make a part 2. But yeah, thank you so much for following along my journey of growing into my hairstyles. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, thank you for watching.